is Sports Talk Live, and I'm your host, Tyrell Luebker.
I'm Courtney Zahn.
And I'm Zack Hansen.
All right, well, let's get it started here. Our first topic is the 2012 NFL Draft. It's coming up on Thursday for the first round, and what do you guys think? Who's the underdogs in the draft here?
The underdogs?
Yeah, like who needs the biggest draft?
Oh, you mean what team needs the biggest draft?
Yeah, what team needs the biggest draft, do you think?
Well, obviously, Indianapolis has the first draft, but I really think who needs to have or players is the Vikings.
Agreed.
I think they are, what do they have, the fourth pick or fourth and fifth?
I think it's the third pick,
maybe?
but essentially the first pick.
I know they're pretty early, but boy, they need some players in every position possible. It's just looking pretty sad over in Minneapolis.
It's not good, from the stadium to the organization.
They need some wide receivers, some tight ends, some, everything, I guess.
Are you guys planning to watch the draft?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Is the draft a big party day in your NFL circle? Do y'all get together to watch it?
Yes, I will have a marathon of grilling and pops for my draft. It's it's football season, so
right.
it is the first big day of the new year football season,
and especially since it's at prime time, the first day. There's 3 days of draft. Mm-hmm. My eyes will be glued onto it every second.
If I get a chance to watch it, I don't. When does it start? Like 7 at night?
Yeah, I think it's prime time for the first round.
Yeah. Probably get to watch it. If I were at home, I'd be more like back home in Green Bay. I'd be cooking out, grilling. But
yes.
Oh yeah, you gotta grill.
I don't know. I'll have to think of something. I'll do something for it, especially for the first round.
Indeed.
But what do we think? Indianapolis? Who are they taking? Luck or Griffin?
It's pretty much I heard the rumor is it's locked up on Luck for them, and it's almost guaranteed that Washington will take RG3. So the Vikings are the first real question mark on the board, and they have so many needs to fill. Like, who knows? And there's always the trades. I don't know. The Buccaneers have big needs to fill.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like Vikings are either going for Matt Khalil of USC or who was the other guy? Stephen Gilmore of South Carolina.
There's also rumors that they could actually trade the pick for more picks since they have so many needs also. So
that's been a proven strategy that the Packers have used in the past. Yep. The Patriots have also always stockpiled picks. It's better to get more talent than just one really good guy who might be a bust, I feel.
And little bringing it back home, Peter Kahns from Wisconsin is suspected to go first round to the Ravens.
Yeah, the Badgers have had quite a pedigree lately with NFL players.
Oh, yeah.
They've been really pumping out linemen, wide receivers,
Pro Bowl
tight ends.
linemen.
Pro Bowl linemen. Joe Thomas is probably one of the best linemen in the league.
A lot of talent. Big boys, too. We were talking about Badgers have an average, bigger size offensive line players than like NFL teams.
That's impressive.
Wisconsin farm boys.
Yep, those Midwestern farm kids.
A lot of them, yes.
They love their milk.
Yep, and then fourth pick for the Browns, Trent Richardson, it looks like, from Alabama. And then the Bucks are number 5, running out the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Browns.
They're always in the top 5.
They're always the top 5, but what do you expect?
I don't know when they're going to pull it together. They got Holmgren. He's trying, but
it's
that's
not
the
really
city.
going well. Right.
Who's their quarterback?
Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
He's like my height.
And not doing so well.
No, he's pretty concussion.
For having such a great college career at Texas, it's not going well for him. I think him and Brady Quinn are like the two guys that stick out in my mind of were really awesome in college and just didn't live up to their potential in the NFL.
Yeah, Leinart is that way too. I feel like he had a lot of potential, but then he had that whole beer bong scandal with the college co-eds and whatnot. And
what happened with that? I didn't hear that.
There was a photograph on the internet of him holding a beer bong for what looked to be college co-eds, and while he was signed as a Cardinals quarterback.
Oh.
Yeah, that was about the last big news he really
Now he's
made.
like a third stringer water boy for some teams. So.
All right. Speaking of the draft, let's focus in a little bit more here on the Packers draft. The Packers, last year, defense was an issue, especially when it came down to it in the playoffs. What do you think they're going to take?
I think that for the first round for the Packers, I think we need obviously some outside pass rush, defense, and outside linebacker. I heard Upshaw's name a lot, but with Ted Thompson, you can't. You
never know.
You can't. Yeah, I think I'm guessing he might actually trade for some picks. There's I guess there's a lot of D linemen this year. So,
yeah, it's a pretty D lineman heavy draft.
So if I were him, I think I would just trade.
I mean, they had the
Right.
27th ranked pass rush last year.
Yeah.
And it's a quarterback-driven league, and in order to stop the quarterback, you have to have a pass rush, or they're just going to shred your secondary.
You need two. I'd rather have two good pass rushers than one that
is okay.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, Clay Matthews does a lot, but
a second or third rounder.
He needs somebody to help him out.
Oh, definitely. One or two.
Like, the Packers have a good team, but they do, they're weak in a lot of areas, too, is what I think it is. So we need a lot of, I shouldn't say we, they need a lot of help out in just lots of different areas.
Yeah.
Matt Flynn left to, was it the Seahawks? And they just released Chad Clifton yesterday after about 100 and some games.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been real. Thanks, Chad. Moving on. So the Saints are in the news again, and not for something good. There's a state police and FBI task force investigating allegations that the New Orleans Saints were using wiretapping and listening devices in the Superdome so they could listen to opposing coaches. So are the Saints just perennial cheaters? Is this a whole...
Saints, oh my God, what a load of crap. Okay, here's my problem. I truly, honestly believe they have a good football team.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to be doing this type of stuff to,
Right.
to do better, to, so apparently Greg Williams, just wired the entire Metrodome with, wires, and
right.
I don't know how you don't get caught with that. Somebody had to have known.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody had to have known he was doing it. And so they're just in a buttload of trouble, and I saw online the franchise was fined $500,000. Oh,
wow.
$500,000.
That's tough. That's like a game check for Drew Brees.
I think the Saints just need to have Drew Brees sign for 10 years, fire their coach, put Drew Brees as coach, fire general manager, put Drew Brees as general manager. Drew Brees is the Saints. He's New Orleans. So if there's anything good with the Saints, it's going to be Drew Brees. I think they're going to be good this year. They're going to be cream of the crop on the news, but I think as long as you have Drew Brees as your quarterback, you got to sign him. They'll be all right.
Do you think these allegations... Oh, moving on, I guess not. Who cares about the Saints?
Yeah.
All right, so Dwight Howard, he's in the news again, and he has pretty much made it apparent that he's not going to come back to Orlando. Him and Van Gundy have been butting heads, to say the least. So what do you think? What do you think about Dwight Howard, how he's behaved lately?
He's definitely a diva.
What NBA player isn't?
That's true.
Especially him. I mean, he came out, was like a shy, quiet, nice, cool guy. And now, not Jeff Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy is one of the best coaches in the league. I don't know why. And they have a good team. They're going to be 5th or 6th seed in the playoffs. And
but I guess he's not going to show up to the games, even though... which I find unsportsmanlike and just really stupid.
Yeah, he had an injury of some sort that required
where does he want to play?
Surgery, but...
Who will take him?
Where does he want to play?
I think a lot of people wouldn't like him,
I'm sure I'm sure the Lakers would love to have him, but they have a coach that can control him. If Van Gundy can't get him to play at his potential,
exactly.
What other coach is going to?
And I just find it kind of surprising because I saw an interview a couple years ago, and it was Dwight just talking, just praises about Van Gundy, and I don't know if something happened, if something turned, I don't know what happened, but it's
a sense of entitlement that he has, that he thinks because he's so good that they should be good and they're not winning, and he's not willing to blame himself, I feel, so it has to be Van Gundy's fault. We're going to take a short break here to look at some perfect pets.
This little ball of fluff is Sophie. She is a 1.5-year-old Poodle Maltese mix. She's soft, small, social, and loves to be cuddled. Come and meet Sprinkle, a female domestic shorthair. She's about 3 years old, has a great personality, and loves attention. This snazzy-looking cat is Nola.